Okay, so good day to the honorable judges and everyone who will view this video. Allow us to introduce ourselves. We are Group 4 from the GNWEEK Group project, and we will present to you our findings about the topic nurturing green growth to reinforce resilience and sustainable recovery. Next slide, please. Next slide, sorry. Okay, this is our group members and our LO. And then next slide. Okay, so background here says that recent years corporate sustainability practice, or the Japan bottom line, is more widely used by corporates and businesses around the world because it's considered more important than financial performance to the future successful of business firms. And organizations also are are getting significant benefits and impacts from incorporating sustainability in business. And so next, this is the recent phenomenon that we all been experiencing. COVID-19 itself as a health crisis issue, but there are more issues than health itself. It has impacts on the climate and also the economic. So on the economic side is the lockdowns of countries impact the sustainability of many industries and creates a positive environmental impact. With also decreasing mobility due to restrictions, many cities experience better air quality than they ever had in the previous years. Moving on next. Sorry, previous slide.
Thank you, Mr. Vito, for the time. Guys, we have three outlines for today's discussion. So the first one is the key challenge of implementing corporate sustainability strategy. The second one is implementing 3P in Indonesian company. The third one is accelerate Indonesian green company. So we move to the first outline for today. Next. So what is the key challenge of implementing corporate sustainability strategy? Please next. Okay, to ensure long-term financial success, businesses need to recognize that they are operating within a larger social environment and respect the limit and the process governing the sustainability of the larger ecosystem as the global economics expand rapidly. Even though companies realize that they have to focus on corporate sustainability in the future, we believe it is not easy for companies to switch their mindset and strategies on these issues. So consequently, firms, especially the large multinational corporations, are being challenged to behave in a sustainable and social responsive while maintaining and improving shareholder value. So here's the key challenge of implementing corporate sustainability strategy are during COVID-19 and after COVID-19. So from our discussion, we have 6 points. The first one is market turbulence. Market turbulence is defined as the rate of change in customer composition of their preference for products and services. The second one is institutional turbulence. Is defined is the degree of complexity and uncertainty of government policies in their industrial sector. So the other points will be presented by my friends. Tia, thank you for the time.
Thank you for the time. And the third part is the pandemic turbulence, is the condition of the public health crisis, characteristic of decisional urgency, high uncertainty, health information scarcity, and threat. Next. And the fourth one is the economic turbulence, is the change that corporate need to do because it's the pandemic. There is a lack of investment, decrease of sales because the policy on the market condition, and the increasing spending because of the new policy and the new renewed technology. And the fifth one is the technology turbulence, is the other problem because corporate need to change the method of work in technology and the communication. So all the workers need to adapt as fast as the corporate needs. So the show must go on. And the sixth one is the energy turbulence, is the condition where corporate needs to move the energy into eco-friendly energy. Even the eco-friendly energy is more expensive than the old one. So it can help the environment and the society near the corporate. The next will be present with my friend.
Okay, thank you. Now we move to the second part of this presentation, implementing 3 principles, people, profit, and planet in Indonesia company. First, we choose Bumi Serpong Damai as our case study. As we know, BSD City is one of the largest city development company in Indonesia. BSD was established in 1984 to develop BSD City as a satellite city in southern of Jakarta and now has grown to become the new center of economic in southern outskirts of Jakarta. Next slide, please. Since 2017, BSD committed to do some green initiative to a better, greener buildings. All of BSD projects are manifestation of sustainability vision, which is reflected in four main pillars. Each pillar forms the basic of formation of the company's sustainable principles and core business strategy. These pillars are: one, best-in-class real estate; two, focus to climate change and the environment; three, sustainable communities; and four, educational for knowledge. For the example, BSD has built BSD City Green Office Park. We can see the Breeze Mall. That building implement the concept of sustainable development in its operation. It includes green building, low carbon emission, energy saving, water resource management, green waste management, and less practice. And even more proud, this concept has been a comparative study on the development of new state capital by the governments. Next slide. As the result, as we know that in 2020 is very challenging period for our property industry in the world due to COVID pandemic. As we can see, in 2020, revenues has fallen by 12.676 to 6.18 trillion, with the success of posting net profit of 486 billion rupiah. However, in quarter 3, 2020, revenue has increased by 20.74 year-on-year, and the net profit has increased significantly by 96.94% due to government policy through subsidizing the home purchase tax and green concept as differentiation strategy of BSD City. For the environmental performance itself, BSD has success to decrease energy consumption and greenhouse gas emission, increase the recycle and reuse of water. So BSD can be the good example company that implementing three principles in their operations. Next will be presented by my friends. Namita, it's your turn.
Oops, I started and then it was on mute. Sorry. So thank you, my friend. I'll speak about the April Group, which stands for Asia Pacific Resources International Limited, is a leading producer of fiber, pulp, and paper with forestry plantation and manufacturing operation in Riau Province, Sumatra, Indonesia. This company is a business group under Singapore headquartered global resources company. Royal Golden Eagle is an integrated under Royal Global Eagle, which is an integrated resource-based industrial group with commercial interest in paper, palm, oil, construction, and energy, property, and asset management. Here's a number which this April Group has been used 4,48,000 of hectares for the output of pulp, approximate to 26,97,037 tons. So here are the numbers you can see about this, what the inputs and other outputs. Now we talk about what is the April is impacting our environment and what the measurements they have taken. So April's in November 2020, recently, it has been launched strategy and commitments which sets ambitious but achievement targets to deliver a positive impact on climate, nature, and people, while growing the business sustainability over the next decade of 2030. April's Sustainable Forest Management Policy, which is SFMP 2.0, governs its operation. It adopts the production and protection model of plantation. Like if 1 hectare of plantation has been used for the 1 ton of paper pulp production, then they will grow the 1 hectare of plantation. So by this method, they have conserved approximately 370,000 of hectare of forest in the Indonesia. It is using the circular economy and using the best natural resources. Now we'll talk about the April commitments. And it is basically following the 4 major commitments. One is climate positive, thriving landscape, inclusive progress, and sustainable growth. In the climate positive, they are mainly focusing on net zero emission from land use, 90% of renewable energy for their meals, 50% of fiber operation energy needs from renewable resources. For the thriving landscapes, they are mainly focused on, and they are mainly supporting the wildlife protection in the Indonesia. 50% gain in fiber plantation productivity, zero net loss of conservation areas. I will talk about now the inclusive progress, how they are progressing. It due to the zero extreme poverty, promote quality education, promote access to healthcare, 50% reduction in stunning, and advance equal opportunity and participation for women, for the women empowerment. How they are sustainable. So we'll talk, because of these 3 matters, they are leading them to further sustainable growth, where they are including increased material efficiency and circularity, 80% less solid waste to landfill. So basically, they are using the circular economy or the best uses of the renewable energy to increase the sustainable growth. So I am now handing over to my friend, and he'll take care of the part number 3. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we will explain about the case number 3, about Indonesian green growth economic, sustainable development, and who will responsible about this issue. Next. We mentioned that there are 3 big parties that should responsible about this. First, the private sector. It's about national company, and multinational company. And the second is about the public sector. It's about the government and the regulator. And the third is society, community, people, and educator. Now we will explain one by one. First, about the public sector. Public sector means the government company and the government as a regulator. We mentioned that there is 9 points that the public sector can contribute contribute to accelerate Indonesia green economy. First, it's about the low carbon production. Second, about the losing local material for the company that based on their production can use the local material. Third, about developing in people and culture. It's about the talent management for the human capital. Fourth, it's about the waste material treatment. So the waste material can be used again and not damage the area. The fifth is about the green energy development. The sixth is about the enforcement of existing green policies. 7, further is up regulation for green economy. 8, to create policy about the green concept and giving clear direction to support green growth. And the last is about to promote the green concept to improve welfare and prevent environmental damage. Next is about the private sector. My friend will explain about the sector. Thank you.
Okay, from the private sector side, some contribution that can be made from them are implementing green concept production through reuse, reduce, recycle. Take part in society or community development surrounding their area to appreciate local culture. Develop green competition, which can improve development of highly valued green products and hopes to increase the competition of products. Develop corporate governance and corporate social responsibility based on environmental issues as a form of responsibility towards the environment, demonstrate a willingness to implementing green concept in its business operations, and create a team to monitor the green project in their company. And the last, they can encourage other companies to do so. Because from a series of presentations, there have been companies in Indonesia that have consistently implemented green growth. So for those who have applied this concept, encourage other companies by providing information regarding the success and the benefit of implementing green growth might trigger other companies to join with the movement. Okay, the next slide is will be presented by my friend Vito.
Okay, so the next part will be society, which means us citizens of the nation and also our communities located within. So there's two key concepts that we can use to implement green growth in the society sector. First one is communal education, which means that we as citizens and also as people of the community, we should all collaborate together to share awareness about green living, and also we keep on socializing to other people itself about green living, including using green product and also having a waste management system in every community. And the second one is continuous supervision, which means that we as citizens, we support the regulator, which is the government itself, with the green lifestyle concept that they implement, such as the policies and also what they will be doing in their green roadmap. We should all supervise and we should all support the government regarding the green lifestyle concept. And which leads us to the last part, which is the conclusion. So if this is a narrative from our group, which I will read it out loud. So today we must recognize that we live in an increasingly growing economy where companies will only survive if they maintain their competitive advantage. But rather than seeing this as a barrier to sustainable development and environmental improvement, corporations should take it as an opportunity. Their success lies in combining this competitive advantage with effective sustainable strategies. Through more transparency, a customer and social focus, and a welcoming corporate culture, these strategies can be implemented productively and to evolutionize the ways of doing business that is consistent with sustainable development. And so, as a closing statement, this is all from our group. Thank you for your attention. We hope you have all have a good health and have a nice day.